Well, it's so outrageous, this one, so perfectly Democrat that it almost writes itself. Yesterday, count them, six Democrats who somehow managed to stumble into Congress while wearing old military uniforms decided they needed to save America from America. They trotted out their dress blues, their CIA lapel pins, and their very best somber faces, looked straight into the camera and told every soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine in uniform, if you don't like an order, just don't do it. No, I'm not kidding. They actually released a 2-minute video, 2 minutes of pure, unfiltered drive-by sedition telling the United States military to feel free to ignore the chain of command whenever some private with a TikTok law degree decides that an order could be illegal. They named no specific order, no past, no present, no anticipated order that they see coming, that they considered illegal. They simply issued a blanket public exhortation to disobey the chain of command if, in the subjective judgment of individual service members, an order ever crosses some undefined imaginary line. Now, again, they can't name one, not a single solitary order. They just know in their hearts that somewhere, somehow, Donald Trump is about to turn the 82nd Airborne into his personal Gestapo, and they had to leap in front of the cameras to save democracy. Now let's talk about the oath every one of those kids in uniforms took. You know it by heart. Quote, I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the officers appointed over me. It doesn't say unless 6 grandstanding congressmen cut a viral video. It doesn't say unless the order hurts my feelings. It doesn't say unless Rachel Maddow says it's problematic. No, obey the lawful orders is what it says, period. And the military already teaches and drills and tests and retrains that if some psycho colonel ever tells you to machine gun a kindergarten class, you refuse and you report it. We've had that rule since Nuremberg. We don't need Alyssa Slotkin and Mark Kelly in their best JCPenney suits to come out and remind us or remind the troops of their basic morality. But that's not what this little video was really about, was it? No. This was about planting the seed. Hey, kid out there on the destroyer. Hey, pilot in the B-2. Hey, analyst at Langley. If the order comes down to sink a fentanyl boat or bomb the Iranian reactor or stop a missile that's headed for Tel Aviv, just ask yourself, do I feel lucky? Do I think the Democrats will have my back when the court-martial starts? That's not courage, folks. That's cowardice, wearing a salute. This isn't a friendly nudge. This is a direct assault on the chain of command, the unbreakable spine of the greatest military this planet has ever seen. And the timing of this, pure partisan poison. This drops amid Trump's aggressive pushback on cartels, border security, and standing, of course, with our allies. Slotkin's been griping in hearings about the legality of the drug boat ops, 83 bad guys down, by the way, since September, if you're keeping track. But instead of legislation or oversight or, heaven forbid, some kind of bipartisan fix, they go with this kind of a dog whistle. It's not about law. It's about undermining a duly elected president because he won't play by their globalist rule book. So when Trump hits back, calling it seditious behavior from traitors demanding arrests and trials, is that over the top? Well, are you kidding? Ask yourself. Sedition's in the UCMJ for troops, punishable by death in extreme cases, because nothing shreds a nation faster than elected officials green-lighting rebellion in the ranks. For civilians, it's conspiracy charges up to 20 years, but the point still stands. This is seditious. It's an open invitation to fracture the military's loyalty right when President Trump is staring down China, Russia, and narco-terrorists. Trump, as the commander-in-chief, has every right and a duty to roar like a lion protecting his pride. The founders built checks and balances, not grandstand and gaslight clauses. If Democrats want to play Oath Keeper, they should try keeping theirs instead of auditioning for the sequel to The Plot Against America. Trump's not inciting, he's illuminating. He's the firewall against this slow-rolling coup disguised as concern. And if that's over the top, well, then sign me up for the penthouse suite, because the alternative is a military that picks sides like it's a pole in a country that falls apart from the inside. America, wake up. Support your troops by supporting the chain of command that keeps them alive. And support a president who's got the guts to call out the real threats. So what we have here, my friends, is 6 Democrat politicians who took the uniform that they once wore, dragged it into the partisan mud, and used it as a prop to tell the finest fighting force on earth, don't trust your chain of command, trust us instead. That's not supporting the troops. That's spitting on everything the troops stand for. And if these 6 ever do find that illegal order they're so worried about, maybe they should have the guts to name it out loud instead of hiding behind some vague Hollywood rhetoric while our kids are in harm's way. Until then, I say they can take their little video, fold it in all of its corners, and hand it right to the Marines. And that's tonight's first word.